Good morning, friends. I am rigging everything in the dump trailer. Got some fresh track pads to use today. We might not need them, but bring them along just as well. I am cleaning up some work from a tree service that didn't do a very good job. They got the trees down and never came back after receiving payment, which unfortunately that happens a lot. I'm gonna go clean up their mess and grind 4 or 5 stumps, so come along for the ride. All right, I'm at the job site, laying down my new fancy track mats, the white ones, so they don't kill the grass. I think that's pretty cool. Look at this monster. Huge stump. Concrete and blocks I gotta get rid of. Gotta clean all that up. Gotta clean all that up. Big stuff here. So this nice family paid a tree service. Don't know which one. I didn't ask. They paid him to take down 6 trees, leave lay, which is fine. That happens sometimes. People see the more affordable price, but it's a question of ethics and morals. You know, the homeowners were thinking they were going to burn it, but look at the size of these things. That stump is huge. There's, I'm guessing, 15,000 pounds of wood that this tree service was like, yeah, those homeowners can deal with that. They knew they weren't going to be able to. I mean, you at least need a 32-inch bar to get some of this wood cut up into 200-pound pieces. So I'm kind of a little salty on this one. I'm happy to help these people out, but that other tree service should have done it right the first time. It is what it is. I got work. I'm supporting my family with this job, so we'll see how it goes. I think I can get it done in a day and a half or so. Keep you updated along the way. this is what I've been doing most of the time. I just keep doing this over and over. I'm just grabbing firewood and putting it in this burn pile. to show you guys a little something on this big stump. You can see how big it is. Pretty good size. I think it's gonna take an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I wanted to show you something I do with the track pads. I always bring this square shovel with me. It fits really well right in that handle. I've just dug it into the ground right there. So those chips, I'm gonna shoot them all right into this. So I'll start on this side here and just start blowing chips right into that, and that'll make it a lot easier to scoop up when I come back with the bucket. That was 30 minutes of grinding and probably a little over halfway there. Oh, sure. All right. The big stump is gone. Check out this rock pile. There's where the stump was right there. Unexpected rocks I had to take out. Quite the pile. Probably gonna have to buy some new teeth for the stump grinder. Switched to the bucket while I was off camera for stump chips, obviously. They added on that stump right there, and there's another one back there. So now this has gone from potentially a 1-day job to potentially a 3-day job. I'm just gathering my stuff. I'm gonna call it quits early tonight, just so I can make it home for dinner with the girls. That's down, keys are out. So I'll get back with you guys tomorrow morning, see how this job's gonna go tomorrow. Maybe I'll finish it up. All right, back again. It's the morning after. Got 7 stumps to do today. It had some add-ons yesterday. There's the last stump. Switched over to the bucket. My seat's all wet, so I got my rain jacket. Should have flipped the seat. Everybody knows that. Made that mistake 100 times. We'll start in the backyard and just get right to it. That was awful. That 20-inch stump tripled in size. I know it's pretty typical for, you know, there to be a large taper in a stump underground, but that was ridiculous. I've ground hundreds of stumps. That was a bad one. There's still more under the chips over there. That's deep enough. They'll be able to mow with it. Look at my woodland mills there. It's vibrating it so much. I gotta tighten that up. I'll have to drop the stump grinder. All right, get that cleaned up. 6 more. I was able to just push this one out of the ground because it was pine and it had fallen over years ago. So I just drove into it with the bucket, popped right out. I'll grind some of these rotten roots real quick. There's still a little bit in there. And then we'll move on to that little one back there. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. And there's still 4 more up front, so 8 total. I'll go dump this one. That saved a lot of time. That was good. That one took me 3 minutes. That one took 2 scoops, however long that took. Under 5 minutes for sure. So now we're 4 stumps down and we got 4 to go in the front. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna gather up the track pads and move everything out front. I think that makes sense now. Good morning. Day number 3 on the job site. So the camera died yesterday and I ended up getting almost everything done. That chip piles was the last one I did yesterday, the last time. And I just have this one kind of medium-sized stump left. This one right here. Just a little recap. It ended up being 9 stumps total. I threw one in for free because it was so small. I made this giant pile. And that big pile back there, they're gonna light that on fire. I have 1 stump left to do. And I'm gonna move all the chips back to that pool. The homeowners would like that mulched, so I have a chip pile up front, and I'm about to make another one, and then I'll bring all that back to the pool, mulch around it, and then we'll be out of here. I'll be all done with this job, and it'll be on to the next one. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I'm enjoying making it. I'm planning on doing more, so hit that like and subscribe button. All right, the job is pretty much done. I just have a little raking to do. I'm gonna back drag the mulch around the pool, then rake that and rake up the last stump. It's 11 o'clock. I got an hour of work left. All in all, I probably had 14 hours in this job, maybe 150 bucks in gas. So I made $3,000 in 14 hours. I don't know what that is hourly. I'm sure you can do the math. Fair job. I'm not mad about it. Happy to be working. But yeah, all in all, I think it was a pretty good job. I'm not whooped or anything because I wasn't climbing, no cranes, you know, no gigantic wood, no running chainsaws for like 8 hours straight. I think I only made maybe 6 cuts with the 661 the whole job. So all in all, I was mostly sitting on the tractor, which is pretty cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stick with me. I'm gonna make more. I have one on the back burner right now, and some estimates out, so I'm gonna try to upgrade cameras and see if I can capture more, because you guys are missing quite a bit of stuff right now. But let me know what you think about the time lapses. Let me know what you think about my grinding style. I'd like to, you know, hear or read comments about both of those things, so that would probably help me out and maybe teach me a little something. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time.